The International Criminal Court of Law has issued a warrant of arrest for, guess who? Benjamin Nathanyahu of Israel. Fellas, this is something that's never happened before. It's crazy. You know, normally we know that the ICC judges people from African countries, Asians, and stuff like that. Never really Western nations, even though I don't know why Israel is part of the Western nations, but it's in the Middle East, but it's considered as a Western nation. The ICC has issued a warrant of arrest. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for choosing us again. I choose you too. My name is Zack. I don't know who you are, but certainly if you watch this video until the end, we're going to love each other. Okay, so the ICC, International Criminal Court. What is this for? The ICC was created in 1944. The ICC was created right after World War II. The goal for the ICC was very simple, because the Jews and many other people experienced some horrific things in the past where they were unalive in mass. A very, very sad situation. It was very necessary that they created an organism to prosecute anybody that would dare do things that Hitler did in the past. It was inhumane, unacceptable. And the ICC was in place to make sure whoever tries to do something as bad as that, as terminating other human beings like animals, will be subjected to the highest level of law. That was the purpose of the ICC. Now, throughout the years, it seemed that the ICC was quite biased. Most of the people that were called into the ICC were people from Africa, mainly ex-dictators from African nations, some Asians, like Ali Bashir from South Sudan, Tangana, some dude from the Congo and Rwanda. Yeah, people like that. So as you can see, it has never really happened to any Western nations. And this is the first. This is the first. Now, many people are not very happy about this. Lawmakers in the United States are very angry. They have slammed the international court, saying that it's unacceptable. How can you dare calling Netanyahu in this situation? Like, this is not for us. The ICC is supposed to be for Africans. They said decision to seek arrest warrants for senior Israeli officials accused of war and crime, with some Republicans threatening to impose consequences against the ICC. Are you listening to this? So, the ICC has issued a warrant of arrest for who they think he's doing things that are not supposed to be done. The United States of America says if you dare do that, we are going to impose sanction on the ICC. Interesting, isn't it? Joe Biden was less controversial in his opposition on Monday. Announcement from the ICC prosecutor Karim Khan, but the US president still labeled the move as outrageous. Khan is seeking arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, as well as 3 senior Hamas officials. So this ICC prosecutor or judge, whoever, is not only seeking arrest for Benjamin Netanyahu and his friends, he's also seeking for arrest for Hamas officials. So in other words, he's saying Hamas are wrong. They need to go to the ICC for the bad things they have done. But you guys are also wrong. You also need to appeal to the ICC. And America is not happy. Khan has accused Israeli leaders of bearing criminal responsibility for war crime and crime against humanity in Gaza Strip. And people are not very happy. And I'm going to show you some of the comments from some of the Republicans in the United States of America. Republican Senator Tom Cotton says on Monday, announcement shows that the ICC, which is tasked with investigating war crimes, crime against humanity and other atrocity, is a farce. So Republicans are not very happy at all with the ICC. Like I said earlier, the ICC was created with the goal of condemning anybody that will try to redo what was done during World War II, because it was unacceptable. It was very important that that doesn't happen anymore. Let me just remind you here that Republicans are staunch supporters of Israel. One of them said on Monday that my colleague and I look forward to make sure neither Khan, his associates, nor their families will ever set foot again in the United States of America. You hear that? That's very interesting. Isn't the ICC supposed to do its job as a free organization? Why are they being threatened? That's a good question. Brian Musk, another Republican in the House of Representatives, said, America doesn't recognize the International Criminal Court, but the court sure as hell will recognize what happens when you target our allies. So America does not recognize the ICC, but the court will know when you target our allies. Isn't that a threat? Neither the US nor Israel are party to the Rome Statute. So let me put it this way for you fellas. After World War II, bad things happened. They came together, signed a piece of paper, Rome Statute, that says whoever does something wrong that what Hitler did to our friend will be judged to the highest level possible. And every country signed a piece of paper that's called the Rome Statute. By signing this piece of paper, that means if you ever do something wrong to your own people, they can call you to the ICC and you're going to be judged. Now, if you look at the list of people that have been judged in the ICC for doing negative things, most of them are Africans. Look at all these pictures. African presidents, African leaders, African warlords. Sometimes once or twice you see an Asian. And one time there was the Yugoslavian president, Slobodan Milosevic. And many people have said, why have they never judged George Bush for going to Iraq under the justification of mass destruction weapons? Remember when they said that we have intelligence that Iraq has got weapons of mass destruction, and it is in our interest to go into Iraq and do what we have to do. You remember George Bush saying, you are either with us or you are against us, in a very manipulative way. So you're either with us or you're against us. If you want to sit down and think about what I'm offering, then it means you're against us. George Bush and Tony Blair went together into Iraq, destroyed lives, destroyed infrastructure. Why have they never been called into the ICC? That's a big question. We all remember Vladimir Putin in what he did. Vladimir Putin took children from Ukraine in a space where people speak mostly Russian. All these Russian-speaking people, as per Russians, are not very much liked by Ukrainians. So Putin decided to move children from that area because there was combat happening between Russians and Ukrainians. His goal, as per Russia, was to move these kids and to protect them from not being unalived by the Ukrainian force who will try to fight back and get the lands back. What did the ICC say? They say he's a war criminal, and they sent a warrant of arrest against Putin. And everybody applauded. Everybody was happy. America was happy. Europe was happy. Everybody supported the idea. Okay. When they talked about African presidents and leaders that they don't like very much, when they were called into the ICC, everybody applauds. They say ICC is doing a great job. But now the ICC is calling the Israeli prime minister for what's happening in Gaza, and everybody seems to be angered. They are threatening the ICC, saying, we will make sure their family never set foot in the United States of America. Now, can we say the ICC is a free company, a free organization? Can we say the ICC has any credibility if the goal of it is just to judge a certain caliber of people, judge Africans, judge Asians, judge Russians, but do not dare judge anything that's European or Israeli or anything that's American? Do not judge. I don't know if that's fair. I think the context of whether the Israeli prime minister is guilty or not is a different subject. But the idea of saying that certain people are untouchable, that's another subject. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. Is this a fair war? Can we say that Russia is actually fighting a right fight? Because it clearly looks like there are regulations for some people and regulation for other people. Now, is that a right war you want to live in? Let me just remind you here that a while back, Naledi Pandor of South Africa went to the ICC and laid a complaint about Israel, saying they're doing things that are unacceptable in Gaza. And America called her up, saying she's crazy, delusional, and everything. And later on, Turkey followed suit in supporting Naledi Pandor in South Africa into accusing Israel. And many people did not believe that it's going to weigh anything, that's going to bury any weight. But now we see the ICC itself speaking out and saying they believe certain people should be held accountable for things that are happening. Not just them, but also Hamas. So, in other words, nobody should be exempted of responsibility of the negative things that they're doing, or they have done, or they intend to do. God bless.